Okay, hello everyone. This is part 2 of my 45 RPM collection. You'll have to excuse me, I have what I might call bad hair morning. I gotta say, all you guys out there who are bald, let me tell you something. Sometimes it's a bitch to have hair. Anyway, trying to get it to look like something. Okay, let's start on another video. Okay, we're gonna start here with my favorite song from Van Halen. It's I'll Wait, and I got it on the 45. Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves. I found a couple of Elvis 45s in here that snuck in away from their Elvis box, so I'm going to put these in there. You got Elvis with In the Ghetto. Keep them over here out of the way. And you got Elvis Crying in the Chapel. Rolling Stones, Emotional Rescue. This was a really big makeout song when I used to be in the car parked with my girlfriend in 1980. Thought I'd throw that in there, a little tidbit. There's a picture sleeve only. I must have the 45 somewhere. The Monkees, I'm a Believer, backed with I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Monkees again with Last Train to Clarksville. And we have West End Girls by the Pet Shop Boys. Got Rodney Dangerfield, Funicula, and Rappin' Rodney, which is pretty funny. I tell you, it's not easy being me. You know, the local hooker told me she had a headache. And you got a couple of Juice Newton singles here. Queen of Hearts. And Angel of the Morning. Jeopardy by the Greg Kihn Band. I really am by no means a fan of the Police. I like maybe 3 of their singles. But this one's Every Breath You Take, which I bought the day I first heard it. I remember I was 21 years old, and I was driving my car one morning. I had the AM radio on, and the song Every Breath You Take came on. I immediately fell in love with it, and that day after work I went straight to the record store and bought this 45. It's the same one I had. I thought it was really different sounding for the Police at the time. You know, I don't know, I just liked it a lot, and these days I'm sick to death of hearing it. But I really liked it then. Herman's Hermits. There's a kind of hush all over the world, and no milk today. A nice big fat 109 written on the back. Cyndi Lauper, I love her. Money Changes Everything. Got a Blondie 45, The Hardest Part. Def Leppard, Bringing On the Heartbreak. Duran Duran, Hungry Like the Wolf. Roberta Flack, one side on here has got Killing Me Softly with his song, and the other side has The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face. And this is I believe, I think it's a foreign 45. And it's got I don't know what this is. Oh, a list of other 45s. Looks German to me. If I could see a little better, I'd tell you. Proud Mary by Creedence Clearwater Revival. Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Just want to say too, all these 1980s 45s with the picture sleeves that I have, these are the same ones that I bought back in the 80s. Even though my original collection of albums that I used to have years ago got sold off first, I kept the 45s. And here's Loverboy doing Loving Every Minute of It. Dire Straits doing Money for Nothing. Here's The Fix doing Driven Out. Eric Clapton, After Midnight. This is the slow version, I believe. American Dream by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett. I know I got this on a different white label somewhere. One of my favorite songs of all time from my growing up as a kid year in the early 70s, Indian Reservation by the Raiders. Big hit. Big part of my youth. I Fought the Law by the Bobby Fuller Four. Tony Basil doing Mickey. Wang Chung doing Dance Hall Days. You know, some of these, you can see, I used to actually cut down bags before I could get 45 sleeves, and I used to put masking tape over them to hold the flap. I really should put these on the side, these ones here that have this issue, and restore them in proper sleeves, which is what I'm going to do after I get done with the video. The Hollies, Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. I don't know, it's one of those songs I always loved, but I just can't hear it anymore. You know, that's a topic for another video. Songs you love, but for some reason, you don't really want to hear them anymore. Okay, Different Drum by the Stone Ponies. Then you have songs like this where you heard them a zillion times and you don't mind hearing them a zillion more. I don't know why. Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone. And Bob Dylan, Like a Rolling Stone again. Okay, we have Look What They Done to My Song, Ma, by the New Seekers. Those Were the Days by Mary Hopkin. As Long as You Follow, Fleetwood Mac. Popeye by Chubby Checker. Actually, the A side, I believe, is Limbo Rock. This is Hitchin' a Ride by Vanity Fair. David Essex, Rock On. Come Go With Me by the Del Vikings. This is the Osmonds, Down by the Lazy River. I actually have a blue MGM copy of this somewhere. This is like a Golden Circle reissue. The Twist, Chubby Checker. Rhiannon by Fleetwood Mac. Okay, another biggie from the 80s. Legs by ZZ Top. And this is a song where I think the 45 version sounds better than the album version, which just has a few nuances I like better on this. And I got to give it an official new sleeve here without tape on it. In Excess, The One Thing. One of my favorite songs of the 70s. Jackie Blue by the Ozark Mountain Daredevils. I found an album of this, and I was surprised when I played the song on the album version. It was a longer version. I didn't know there was one. Okay, Christopher Cross, Author's Theme, Best That You Can Do. I'm pretty sure I have a picture sleeve of this somewhere. Bruce Springsteen, Hungry Heart, probably my favorite Bruce Springsteen song. Leo Sayer, More Than I Can Say. Foreigner, I Want to Know What Love Is. Sheena Easton, Strut. Don't Bring Me Down by the Electric Light Orchestra. In the old days, I used to number my 45s like this and put stupid labels on some of them. Yeah, what did I know? Let's Dance, David Bowie. Big hit in the early 80s. Delightfully odd and offbeat. Men at Work, Down Under. And I don't have the album, I don't think. Business as Usual. Gotta get it. Jesse Coulter, I'm Not Lisa. Big Country, In a Big Country. Another song I love from the 80s. Taking a little break here, right? Carly Simon, Nobody Does It Better. Somewhere I got I think it's a radio station copy with a white label that has a mono version with Mick Jagger's voice in the background sounding more prominent, which is really good. Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine In by the Fifth Dimension. This says $8 on it. I didn't pay $8 for this. Sometimes the sleeves say that. I wouldn't pay $8 for a basic 45 like that. Dawn by the Four Seasons. Rag Doll by the Four Seasons. Another one with an $8 price sticker that I didn't pay. Little Star by the Elegants. Vicky Sue Robinson, Turn the Beat Around. I'm pretty sure I have this on a black label too. Mrs. Brown, You've Got a Lovely Daughter by Herman's Hermits. Runaway by Del Shannon. Another couple coming up here from my early fun days in the early 70s. Melanie, Brand New Key. Again, perfect. I used to go roller skating when I was like, 8, 9 years old when this song was out. What could be a better song for a kid? Remember this one? The original 45 that I had back in the day. Popcorn. Remember that instrumental by the group Hot Butter? There's something offbeat. Romeo Void, Never Say Never. Now this is a dual single white label promo. It's the song On and On by Stephen Bishop, which I really like, and one side is mono, I think, and one side's mono, one side's stereo. See, whenever we have these show your white label promo videos, they're all mixed in together, so it's hard to get them. Little Peggy March, I Will Follow Him. Here's what I said before. I found it. Carly Simon, the white label promo for radio stations only. You're So Vain. One side stereo, one side mono. The mono is really preferable. You could hear Mick Jagger singing really nice on there. The Shirelles doing Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Or Will You Love Me Tomorrow? I've told this story somewhere. This is Dragging the Line by Tommy James. A lot of times people ask, what's the first record you ever bought in your life? Now, I can't definitely say for sure, but I remember a story when I went to buy this one. I was 9 years old, and this is the earliest memory I have of buying a record. I remember buying a bunch of records on my own. You know, I was 9 years old. I went into the record store. This is not the original copy, unfortunately, that I bought then. I got this later. Here's a radio station copy, white label promo of the Dave Clark 5, Do You Love Me? Here's Sea of Love by Phil Phillips. Here's Surfin' Bird by the Trashmen. I'll go a little faster if I can. Wonderful World by Sam Cooke. Killer Joe by the Rocky Fellers. I really was looking for this, and this is one of those finds when you feel so happy. I went to a flea market with my girlfriend, just a typical flea market, and there it was. I was looking for this in all record stores, couldn't find it. Maybe Baby by the Crickets. How Do You Do It by Jerry and the Pacemakers. Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes. I've Got You Under My Skin by the Four Seasons. Help Me Rhonda by the Beach Boys. It's a Mistake by Men at Work. It's a mistake. Love Potion number 9 by the Clovers. The Letter by the Box Tops. Joey D and the Starlighters doing Shout. Oh, somebody took a chunk out of this. Lady Willpower by Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. Need a better copy of this sleeve. For Once in My Life, Stevie Wonder. Swearing to God by Frankie Valli. Fever by Peggy Lee. And another $8 sleeve that I didn't pay. Lay Lady Lay by Bob Dylan, and another $8 sleeve that I didn't pay. I Got You Babe, Sonny and Cher. For All We Know by the Carpenters. Black and White by Three Dog Night. Precious and Few by Climax. Splish Splash by Bobby Darin. Back to the 80s memories again for the Motels doing Suddenly Last Summer. Maggie May, Rod Stewart. Talk about songs you don't want to hear anymore. Oof. The Entertainer by Marvin Hamlish, right? Yeah, from the theme from The Sting. Ready Teddy by Little Richard. The B-side has Rip It Up on it. Dark Lady by Cher. Rubber Band Man by The Spinners. I Shot the Sheriff by Eric Clapton. Song for a Future Generation, the B-52s. Mrs. Robinson, Simon and Garfunkel. Bad Blood by Neil Sedaka. I cannot stand Neil Sedaka, but I like this song, Bad Blood. Take Me Home, Country Roads, a song I love by John Denver. Never Been to Spain by Three Dog Night. Okay, let's see if I can knock the rest of these off in 5 minutes. It's a lot here. It's upside down. This is Cherish by The Association. It's My Party. And She's a Fool on the other side by Leslie Gore. I Can See Clearly Now by Johnny Nash. Elton John and Kiki D, Don't Go Breaking My Heart. Big hit. Big beach song, going to the beach. Spiders and Snakes by Jim Stafford. Bon Jovi, Wanted Dead or Alive. Back to the 80s. Chapel of Love by the Dixie Cups. Do You Believe in Magic by the Lovin' Spoonful. Summer in the City by the Lovin' Spoonful on that Kama Sutra label that I love. You Send Me by Sam Cooke. Another great kiddie song from when I was a little boy. ABC by the Jackson 5. The Love You Save, also by the Jackson 5. Sweet Little 16 by Chubby Checker. No, Chubby Checker. Chuck Berry. I'm sorry, Chuck. Chuck Berry. Sweet Little 16. They Long to Be Close to You by the Carpenters. Annie's Song by John Denver, which I think I got twice here for some reason. I think I'm always looking out for better quality 45s. Otherwise, sometimes I just don't know what I already have. I Love Music by the OJs, Part 1 and Part 2. Show and Tell by Al Wilson. Welcome Back, theme from Welcome Back Kotter by John Sebastian. It's All in the Game by Tommy Edwards. To the Aisle by the Five Satins. Energy Crisis 74 by Dickie Goodman, good novelty record. Sunshine by Cliff D. Young from the TV movie of the same name. Rust Never Sleeps, Neil Young. I Was Made for Loving You, the best Kiss song out there ever made. That's right, you know me, I like pop songs. Hooked on a Feeling by Blue Swede, not Blue Suede. I believe it's pronounced Swede. I Know What Boys Like by the Waitresses. I just heard this on a car driving around to breakfast with my girlfriend this morning, and she said, it's terrible. I like it a lot. Bobby Darin, Dream Lover. Somebody drew this picture on the back, a little lipstick and eye makeup for Bobby, which I think I recently got this in better condition somewhere. The Doors, Hello, I Love You. Probably my favorite Doors song also. I like a lot of Doors songs, but that might be my favorite. Rainy Days and Mondays by the Carpenters. White Room by Queen. Queen? I know it's cream, you know, doesn't mean I... Cream, of course. White Room. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Red Roses for a Blue Lady by Wayne Newton. Keep the Ball Rolling by Jay and the Techniques. Mandy by Barry Manilow. Honeycomb by Georgie Shaw. She's a Lady by Tom Jones. Run Around Sue by Dion. Mick Jagger, I love this one, a solo song, Lucky in Love. Raspberry Beret by Prince. So far the only Prince record that I owned, and Carsten Olsen, I hope you see this. I was looking for it for his video. Cry Like a Baby by the Box Tops. Keep a Knockin' by Little Richard. Puppy Love by Donny Osmond. Oy. Maybe by the Chantels. Get a Job by the Silhouettes. Don't Let the Stars Get in Your Eyes by Perry Como. My grandparents had this song, that's why I really remember it. The Great Pretender by the Platters. The Easy Beats doing Friday on My Mind. Buddy Knox doing Party Doll. Bridge Over Troubled Water by Simon and Garfunkel. It takes a few times with this 45 to find one that plays quietly with no background noise. I Got a Name by Jim Croce. Summer in the City by Lovin' Spoonful. I think we had that before. Bad Bad Leroy Brown by Jim Croce. It's Not For Me to Say by Johnny Mathis. Georgie Girl by The Seekers. We're going to run out of time, folks, but it's alright. Wipe Out by the Safaris. That's the last one we'll leave it at. Thanks for watching, folks.